Dropshipping is such an amazing opportunity for new entrepreneurs because it allows you to create a pretty passive stream of income without a huge upfront investment from anywhere in the world. But what worked 2 years ago or even at the start of 2020 just doesn't work anymore. So in this video, I'm going to show you what actually works in 2021 and beyond when it comes to eBay dropshipping and how you can get started with just a laptop and an internet connection. What's up everyone, Paul here from dropshippingtitans.com, where I teach regular people just like you how to start your first successful dropshipping store. So before we can get into the strategies that work for eBay dropshipping, I first want to quickly explain what eBay dropshipping is and the model that we use to see success. So what is eBay dropshipping? It's a pretty simple business model. First, we have a customer here and she is on eBay shopping for items and she'll spend $100 on an item that you listed up for sale. That's you right there. Now, once she purchases the item from you, then you turn around and spend a portion of that money buying the item from your supplier. And then the supplier ships the item directly to the customer. So this means that you hold no inventory. All the inventory is held by the supplier. And you don't buy any items until your customer buys the item from you first. So you do this once and then you do this again and again and again and again and again and again. And that's the basic model of eBay dropshipping. So the first thing that you're going to need to start selling on eBay is an eBay account. Duh. So just come over to ebay.com and click on the top left where it says register. And the cool thing about this is that eBay is free, so you don't have to pay for anything here. Now, why do we use eBay? There are plenty of other places to sell online. Places like Amazon, Walmart, Bonanza, Etsy. Why eBay? Well, eBay is pretty much the easiest place for beginners to get started. They have a very low barrier to entry, meaning they don't require a lot in order for you to set up an eBay account, and other sites like Amazon require a lot more. In addition to that, they have less strict metrics than you'll find on websites like Amazon. Now, that doesn't mean that you can just go in there and make a complete mess of things, but it does mean that you can mess up a little bit and they're not going to ban you right away. They give you some wiggle room to play with so that, you run into some issues, it's okay. It's not going to totally tank your account. So whenever people ask me what they should start with as a new seller, I always recommend eBay. It's a lot more forgiving and a lot more beginner friendly. Now, the second thing that you might need is a PayPal account. Now, PayPal is also free, so you don't have to worry about that, but you will find that most people eventually are not going to need PayPal accounts because eBay is getting rid of PayPal. If during the eBay setup process, eBay asks you to link up with your bank account, then that means you're on eBay's managed payments, that's their payment processor, and you don't need a PayPal account. But if you didn't link up with your bank account during the setup with eBay, then yeah, you gotta sign up for a PayPal account. And like I said, it is free, so not a big deal there. All right, now that you have your account set up, you have to start looking for items. But before you can do that, you have to figure out what suppliers you want to use for your business. Now, there are primarily two types of suppliers we use for eBay dropshipping. We use retail suppliers and we use wholesale suppliers. What's the difference? Well, retail suppliers are other retail websites. Websites like Walmart.com, HomeDepot.com, Costco, Costway, Sam's Club, pretty much any website where you can buy things from as a consumer, you can potentially dropship from that website onto eBay. Now, wholesale suppliers, on the other hand, usually don't have a retail website where you can buy items from as a consumer. So if you think about the chain of production, we have a manufacturer, they then sell their items to a distributor or a wholesale supplier, and then the wholesale supplier sells it to a retail store, and then the retail store sells it to the general public. We as dropshippers, if you're doing retail dropshipping, you fall between the retail store and the consumer. You fall right in there. But if you're doing wholesale dropshipping, you are buying directly from the wholesale supplier, so above the retail stores. So what are the pros and cons of each? Well, retail dropshipping has a huge benefit because it's been going on for so long that we have a lot of software that we use to automate it. It's very easy to automate it using the software, so everything from listing the items to repricing them to restocking them can be done without any manual work on our part. But there are some benefits to wholesale, primarily that it's a little bit harder, so there's less competition, less people doing it, and the margins are better because we're going up higher in the chain of production. See, every step through that chain of production, the item becomes more and more expensive. So if you can buy it directly from a wholesale supplier, then you're going to get better prices. Now, the drawback of wholesale is that it is a little bit harder to set up. With retail, it's very simple, but with wholesale, you got to get agreements with wholesale suppliers. You have to reach out to them, and that's a higher barrier to entry, but that does mean less people are doing it and less competition. The other benefit of wholesale is that it's completely 100% allowed by eBay. Whereas with retail dropshipping, technically the rule states that you're not allowed to do it. Now, what happens if you do retail dropshipping? Well, we found that eBay doesn't ban you for doing it. They don't kick you out. All they do is take those retail dropshipping listings and lower them in the search results. But they're doing that for everyone who's selling the same items. And because retail dropshipping is so easy to automate and scale up, it kind of almost doesn't make a difference. Plus, there are ways to avoid eBay from even knowing that you're doing it in the first place. So you might be asking yourself now, Paul, well, which one do I do? Do I do retail dropshipping or do I do wholesale dropshipping? Now, I do both because both work. So I'm not gonna tell you one is better than the other. But if you wanna be super safe, if you wanna avoid any sort of issues, if that's what you're paranoid about, then go with wholesale, because we know for 100% certainty that it is allowed. And if you want to create a second account and do retail in that account, yeah, you could do that, and you're going to see results with that as well. But for the rest of this video, I'm going to show wholesale because I want to show kind of what the future kind of looks like with eBay dropshipping. So now that I've decided to dropship using wholesale suppliers, the question is, what supplier should I use and where do I find them? Well, the first place to look is just come over to Google. So you can type in the niche that you want to sell in, like pets here, and then just the words wholesale suppliers, and go through all these results. You're looking for a supplier that allows you to dropship, that allows you to sell on a marketplace like eBay. And there's a few other criteria that we look for, but those are the very, very basics that we need. So you can just go through all these websites and click around, look at their FAQ, look at their policies, and see if they allow you to do that. And you'll have to go through pages of this. And this does take time, but it does work. You do find suppliers using this method. Now, another great resource to go to is inventorysource.com. Now, Inventory Source is a software that will automate the process of dropshipping from wholesale suppliers onto eBay. But Paul, I thought you said before that there was no software that does that. You're right, that is what I said. And the reason I said that is because I don't use this software because it is pretty expensive to use. So when it comes to wholesale dropshipping, I actually do everything manually, which I'll show you in a few minutes. But the great thing is that you can sign up for Inventory Source for free, and just look at the list of suppliers that they have, and it's no cost to do that. And a lot of these suppliers will be bad, but a lot of them will be really good. And we know they're gonna be good because they're integrated with Inventory Source for a reason. Someone requested for them to be integrated, and someone requested that because it is a supplier that they successfully use. So you can just go through all these and find a supplier that meets the criteria. This is one that I've used before and have seen that they are really great for drop shipping on eBay. So once you pick a supplier, the next thing you have to do is some product research. I'm not gonna get into that in this video because I spent a lot of time on that in a lot of other videos I've made on YouTube, which I'll link up at the end of the video. But once you find an item, let's say it's this dive flag right here, let's actually show you how to list that item onto eBay. So all I'm going to do is come over to eBay and start a new listing. And the first thing I like to do is copy down the title and paste it in here. And sometimes they will give you a result that might be helpful, but I don't see anything here. So I'm just going to start from scratch here. So the title they give me from the supplier is usually pretty bad. I want to make a better title than that. So what do they have here? This is a matte series flagpole 36-inch with dive flag. Now that's a terrible title. I want to start out by saying this is a dive flag, right? And then I could throw in the words like matte 36 inches, and I can maybe throw in the word scuba. And what else can I put in about this? Let me find out more about this. Diving, red, safety. So I want to put in words there that people will actually be searching for. So people will search for the word dive flag, scuba diving, safety flag, different things like that to put on there, because everything, the original title is not something that people would search for. And I might spend a few more minutes on that to make that look a little bit nicer. Now for the category, this one, they usually recommend a good one. So we have sporting goods, water sports, scuba and snorkeling, flags, and markers. So I'll select that one. And that also gives me a little bit of a clue there. That word marker, I'll put in there as well. Safety mat markers. And markers isn't referring to drawing, that refers to like a safety buoy marker kind of thing. So now we need like a UPC code and the condition. Now condition would just be new, because we only sell new items. The UPC, a lot of times you can get directly from here, or if there's not one, there's a SKU number, but I don't see a UPC. So I'll put in does not apply. So now we need some photos for this. So sometimes these suppliers will only give you one, sometimes they'll give you multiple suppliers. So in this case, they only give you one photo. So I'll save this one image as dive flag, and I'll go ahead and add that one photo. And while that uploads, we'll keep going here. So now it asks for the brand name and the manufacturing part number. Manufacturing part number is the same thing as a model number. Come over here. Let's open this back up. Let's see if they have an MPN. Here it is right here. Copy that. And does it have a brand? Manufacturer's MATE series. Okay, so that's the brand. So I'll plug that in for the MPN. Type in MATE series. The model number, I'll put in the same number. There's no custom bundle. There's no modified country. Where was it made? Does it tell me that? I don't see that information here. So leave that one blank. The more information you can fill in, the better. There's no Prop 65 warning here either. So now I'll copy down all this information that they give you, and I'll plug that in to here. That's the description. If this item starts to sell well, then I'll actually come in here and make this description even better. But for now, that's all I'm going to include. Now for pricing, I always choose fixed price. I don't do auctions, and you can do start my listing when I submit them. Let's skip the price for now, and let's come down to here to best offer. I don't use best offers. If you use best offer, that will allow people to send you an offer that's less than the price that you listed it for. I don't like doing that. I set it at a price. That's what I'm going to sell it for. So I don't do that. And the quantity, I always set at 1 to start. Now I always check off where it says charge sales tax according to the sales tax table. Now let's actually figure out the price of this item. So if I come on here, it will tell me what the wholesale price is of the items, between $37.26 and $43.84. Once you actually sign up and create an account, you'll be able to see how much exactly it's going to cost you. I mean, set up an account with the supplier, that is. And the MSRP price, that's how much it usually will sell for. So most people are going to be selling this for $67.99. But the minimum you're allowed to sell it for is the MAP. That's a minimum advertised price. So I can't sell it for anything less than $60.99. So let's pull out an eBay fee calculator and figure out if we can sell it for the minimum price, so we can be as competitive as possible. So let's assume it's going to cost us $43.84. So I'm going to pull in this calculator and I'm going to put in here $43.84. Now it also wants how much it's going to cost me to ship the item. So when you work with your supplier, you'll know how much it's going to cost. You'll be able to talk with them and know how much on average it's going to cost to ship the item. So I'll plug that in. Shipping charge, I always do free shipping to all my items. So this is the amount charged to the buyer, that's 0. And then the sold price is $60.99. That's how much we're selling it for on eBay. And in this case, it's the map, and $60.99. Now coming down here, I have an eBay store, which is a subscription you can pay for to lower your fees. So I check that one off. Not top rated, but I do have managed payments, so I'll check that one off. And I'm not using promoted listings here. So this tells me my profit with this is $3.68. All right, it's something, it's not great. So what I would do is actually, I would list it for this price, and if it starts to sell, then I would raise the price. Because once you see items start to sell on eBay, other customers become more comfortable buying that item and will continue to purchase it, even if the price raises. So we will keep it at a lower price to start and then raise it as time goes on. So we'll start out with this price because we know there's profit there, and then we'll raise it later. So we will enter in $60.99, right? Let's come down to the shipping details section. So I've already set up my business policies. So I will select the default ones, which apply. But a lot of times what you'll have to do with new suppliers is create new policies for them, depending on primarily the shipping and the return policy. because some of them might have longer shipping times, some of them might have shorter shipping times. Some of them have different rules with returns as well. So if your rules differ for your new supplier, you want to create a new business policy for them and make sure that it matches up according to what your supplier offers. Coming down a little bit further, do you want to use promoted listings? I'm not going to do that at this time. That's an option though. And then once you're ready, you just click list item down at the bottom and boom, you now have an item live on your eBay store. So obviously there's a lot more that goes into eBay dropshipping that I wasn't able to cover in this short YouTube video. Everything from exactly how to set up your eBay account to how to find items to dropship that are pretty much guaranteed to sell and how to automate the process as well. So if you want a really comprehensive guide, I do have a course that teaches how to do it. It's relatively inexpensive for everything that it offers. And it's the only course out there that's A to Z and offers you the opportunity to learn both about retail dropshipping and wholesale dropshipping. So if you're not sure which one you want to do, you can just sign up and decide later. So I will have that course linked up in the description of this video. Click on it and check it out if you want to see more about the course. Now, if you're still concerned about whether dropshipping is allowed, whether you're going to get banned for it, whether you're going to get flagged for doing it, then you definitely need to check out this video right here. In that video, I explain exactly what you need to do to avoid getting banned while doing dropshipping on eBay. So click on that video and I'll see you there in just a few seconds.